adventurers!
Good morning, adventurers! No, I didn't hear you. Sorry. Good morning, adventurers! Good morning, adventurers! Good morning, adventurers!
Now, I think we're ready to go, but before we begin, the last song, the special item, it said, there is peace on earth, there is peace in Christ. He gives us strength and shelter through life's storms. How true is that? And how fitting for what we're going to talk about this morning, which is God's strength and the power that he gives to us. So from Uncle Craig and I, we would like to thank Fedora and Felix. It's not easy to stand up.
Give them a clap. Give them a clap.
You did very well. Even adults get nervous when we have to stand and talk in front of a crowd, never mind nervous children. So thank you for encouraging them, and continue to encourage each other. Okay, our opening text this morning for the topic of God will give us strength and power to look after the world so that you can do amazing things. So our text is taken from the Old Testament book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verses 28 to 31, and I will read it and let me read it for you. Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of this earth. He will not grow tired or weary, and his understanding no one can fathom. In other words, no one can understand. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths, young people, grow tired and weary. Are you tired and weary this morning? No!
You don't sound like, you really don't sound that way.
That is because God gives you strength and power so that you wouldn't stumble or fall. But those who hope in the Lord will also renew their strength when you do feel tired. And some of you do sound tired. And you will do what? You will soar on the wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. That means you will be able to run and not grow weary. And you will be able to walk and not faint. So, Uncle Craig, what does the word powerful make you think of?
Well, when I think of powerful, I think of salt. I think of, honey, if you're watching, please, I borrowed the curtain. If you're missing the curtain, what I have in here. And if you're having a barbecue, honey, I have the screws. Sorry. But I'm thinking, power is God's love in us. And I just want to recap yesterday, we talked about the love in us and what we need to do with love. And I did tell you I have some more love in me. And I have here ping pong ball. What do they call it? Is it ping pong? Yeah, ping pong. What's the other word? Tennis? Table tennis, yeah, that's it. Use the right words, adult, but ping pong. Our children don't know what you're talking about. But what I want you to do is, I want you to remember that we need to have the love of God in us to be strong. We need to have the love of God in us to be strong. And I want to show you with my funnel, and I want to volunteer, who think they are very strong, very strong. Come for me. You're ready. I'm going to ask you because I think she has so much strength in her. So much strength in her. Now, this is God's love. And no matter what happens in the world, the way we can have strength is to make sure we have God's love in us. It's called love, and you can see my love hearts on them. Now, what's your name again? Amaya. You are so strong, and you know sometimes the devil or other people make us do bad things, but when we have the love of God in us, it makes us so strong. So what I want you to do, it's clean and you wipe it off. I want you to blow that love of God out. So hold it up and blow as hard as you can. Blow it out. Blow. Blow. No matter how hard she blows, that will never come out. Because when we have the love of God in us, nothing can force it out. That makes us strong. And I have a whole lot of things here which will help us to demonstrate that when we get to our object lesson. So, Auntie Judy, back over to you, and I have your special gift for you. Yes, I have a special gift.
I want us to think about powerful animals. Can you name some powerful animals?
Elephant. Tiger. Lion. Leopard. Yes. All right. So, all of you, listen, all of you are now going to be the strongest animal, which is the lion. So let me hear you roar. Okay, all of you are going to be the elephant. Let me see you do it. And all of you are going to be the snake. And all of you are going to go with teeth and go.
Okay, so powerful animals can fly, they can swim fast, and they can catch prey because they have strength. Now, other animals are weak also. Can you name some weak animals, Uncle Craig?
Turtles, yeah, turtles. Yes, shrimp. Yes. 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 Yes, that too. Yes. Right. So now I want you all to be that very weak animal and go this way. It's a slot. Move it. Don't turn upside down now. That's what you do.
Okay, thank you. Now, not because those animals are weak, it doesn't mean that God doesn't love them or that they're not important. So whether we're strong or weak, remember that God cares for all of us because we're all important. Okay, and He will give us strength. Now, have you ever been tired? That word again. Yes? No? Have you ever been? You must have. Parents, have you ever been tired?
Oh, yes.
Are you tired now? Now, you know when we get tired, we sometimes get irritable. We might have the simplest things to do, but it just seems like a real pain. We just can't be bothered. And maybe sometimes children, you throw temper tantrums and you test mummy and daddy's patience because you're tired. Now back in biblical times, things were even harder than they are today. Can you believe that? For some people, when they wanted to visit family and friends, they'd have to walk a long way because there was no public transport. You can see the worn sandals with that man walking. Sometimes they might have an animal that they can ride on, whether camels or horses, they might do that. And also, in the olden times, they had to grow their own food. They didn't have any televisions or computers to, what's the word, Uncle Craig and Auntie Catherine, surfing the net?
Computers. When I was going to school, I didn't know about computers.
No.
My days we didn't have computers. I had, you know what, children, I must step before we go into it. You know what I used to do? I used to have to go to the library. And I go to the library to study. And you know what happened? There were some naughty people. When they go to the library, they didn't have time to read the book. Guess what they did? Take out the leaf out of the book. And then when I go reading the book, there's no information for me. So I have to go into another library and get the book. No, I didn't do the same thing.
So there was no central heating to keep them warm. They must have been exhausted during those biblical times. But God gave them hope. And the way he did this was to send prophets with messages. He sent Isaiah, for example, to tell the people about the Messiah Jesus long before the birth of Jesus that we read about in the New Testament. Isaiah's job was to remind them to turn to God when they're tired. And that's what we must do. In Isaiah 40:28, as we read earlier, it said, God is never weak or weary. He lives forever and he has great power. And remember that he gives power to the weak and the powerless. He shares it with them. And even young people get tired. Do you think these athletes look tired? You don't think they look tired? I think they do. Exhausted after a race. And he will still give them strength to keep going. Like he gave us this morning to get up. Something that we should never take for granted. Because God gave us and built our bodies and we must take care of ourselves. So he knows exactly what we need. But there's more than just physical strength. I want you to tell me, as Christians, what are some of the other strengths that we have other than physical strength? Uncle Craig, I'm thinking about the strength not to be tempted to do bad things.
Yeah, not
what
to do
else
bad
can
things.
you think of to share with us?
Strength to make sure to remember we pray, we never give up, and we keep going on and on and on. What other strengths we have? We have our Bible to read. We have our parents to talk to. We have our counselors to talk to. We need to have all of that.
Okay, right. So just to finish off from me, just to remember that he gives us strength to take care of the world, and we must take care of each other. So parents, take care of your gorgeous, precious young ones, and children, you take care and look after each other, just like you supported the two young people this morning. So if we could just read, and then I'm going to hand over to Uncle Craig for your object lessons. If we could just read together the text that's on the screen from Isaiah 40:31.
Let's go together. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. God gives us power, so we must trust him. So let me say that again. God gives us power, so trust him. Again. God gives us power, so trust him. Okay.
Amen.
Now,
Uncle Craig, object lesson.
Well, I love my balloon. You must know by now that I love my balloons. And you know, it's a good thing when we come together as pathfinders, as Christians. We can't do things on our own. And I'm going to demonstrate that by telling you. Alright, this is my balloon. Now, this is a balloon, and we know what will happen. I have here a thumbtack. Right? Somebody says uh-oh. So I have here a thumbtack, and what will happen if I do this? Are you sure? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Are you sure? Okay, let's see what will happen. If you are afraid of a balloon, close your ears. Well, now, good thing I have on the balloons. Where did this come from? Not more magic. I'm going to show you how strong you can be when you are together as pathfinders. And this is why we do this. This is why we come together as adventurers, as pathfinders, And what I've done this in advance, so we have time. This is my special board, and it has all the thumbtacks in it. So I've just put a lot of thumbtacks in it. So, for them not to get out. No, this is like us now. We are together, and we are having fun, aren't we? Aren't we? Yes. And because we are together, when the devil comes our way, and when we have temptation, and when people come and tell us bad things, we are sticking together. This is what happened. When we put ourselves and we stay together, and I can press, and I can press, and I can press, and it doesn't burst. There are thumbtacks, but it doesn't burst because we are together, and together we are stronger. Together we are. Together we are. You can keep that going. Now, I want the strongest man. Two of the strongest man in I'm looking at you. I need a strong man. And another one. I need a strong man. Adam. I need Adam. Where's Adam? Okay, yeah, yes. Two strong men up here. Yep, one here. And, well, we have one come here. I'll come back for you. I'm going to need you in a minute. Right, so, children, Felix and, what's her name? Fedora. Felix and Fedora, they weren't so confident. They weren't so sure this morning, but I'm going to ask, some of you feel like that way. I'm going to ask you to make sure you are strong and never give up. Because children, you have so much power. You look at him, muscle man. Yeah, muscle. And you think, oh, these guys are so strong. In fact, I'm going to ask for another volunteer. Come for me. Yeah, not you, I'll take him. Right. So, come closer for me. I'm going to ask you, right? And I want you to stand with your foot like you're bracing because he's going to try to do something now. In between them, I need you to hold on. You're like David. Hold this. All right. And he's David, and he's going to try to pull the stick together with all his force. So after 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh. No. All right. Say. Okay. Save it. Right. No. It's very difficult for him to do that, isn't it? Because there's two strong lads here, man. Muscles. And he's a little boy. And sometimes children, we feel like that. We say, oh, I'm too small. Look at this big crowd. And I'm the only one standing here and I can't do it. But don't worry. When we have Jesus, yes, I'm going to give you the strength. Stand right here for me now. I'm going to give you, don't move. I'm going to give you the strength. Because all I want you to do, yep, right there. Right there. Keep it. Yep. Don't let go. I just need to go around. Yep. Come on, guys. You're getting weak already. Just a little. Come a bit closer. Yeah, that's it. Right. I'm with Jesus' power. Okay, hold this for me. You hold this for me. Yep. Hold it. Right. So, this is what happened, boys and girls, when you give Jesus your all and you trust him. What I want you to do now with all your strength. You see how strong you are? You're going to pull. Keep pulling. There's power. There's power in the blood. There's power. Keep on pulling. All right. Don't put it. Right, I'll give you your special pin. Come here. Get your pin. Thank you. You're so strong. You see the boys and girls? With Jesus' power, we are stronger than we think. And when we face troubles and we have temptations, and we think we can't do anything. Strong man over there, come for me. Because that's a stronger man. I think he can do better. Come for me. Gonna have a competition again to show you boys and girls that you don't look at his size. He used to look like Goliath, isn't he? Looks like Goliath. And this is David, little David. And we are going to show you what happened when you have God's love with you. Yeah. So you are having God's love with you, and this is, it's a piece of paper, right? Piece of paper. And he thinks he has it all in him, his own strength. Show them the muscle, that's how strong you are. You don't even have to show them any muscle because you have God's love, so you are stronger than you think, because we are not going to grow weary. He can stay up there because he's good. He can stay, that's alright. I'm going to count to 10, and all I want you to do, both of you, is to get that paper and rip it up. It's not a simple task. Yeah, hold on. I'll tell you when to start. It's not a simple task. Just to tear a piece of paper up. Yep? Now, because you have God's strength, we're going to see what happens with God's strength and with your own. The only thing you can use is your hand. Don't go biting anything. Just your hand. Just go. Yeah, just go. So, in fact, I want you to go closer because I want us to see. Ready? Let's count for me. Count them after 3. Just rip it up as many pieces as you can. After 3, 1, 2, 3, go. 2, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh! Show them how many pieces you were able to do. Look at all that. How many were able to do? 3. Only 3. With God's strength we have power, so we must trust Jesus. Okay, thank you very much. Here's your special pin. And you can have one too. Alright? And you can have one too. I'm gonna give you a special one. You can show it. It's a special balloon. This is for you. Right? Okay. Good. Now, one more thing before I go. I'll show you. You're wondering why I took my wife's sword with me. It's because the Bible says we should be the salt of the earth. Yes? The Bible says we should be the salt of the earth. I don't want to be the salt of the earth. Don't worry, if you haven't had a chance, we have this afternoon and we have tomorrow, and I can see you. Right. Now, showing you how strong you are. This is a piece of tissue that's got from my daughter Jonelle. Wave Jonelle. She's my photographer and she's everything. And if you listen to Brits Kids Live, she's the one you'll hear go. She hosts Brits Kids Live on Adventist Radio London and all. So she's here. Now, come here for me. You're strong. All I have done is just put a tissue at the bottom of this tube, and I'm just going to tie it around here, and I have a stick here, pretty simple. I'm going to show you. All I want you to do is push this stick through. What will happen when he does that? Will it go through? No? Okay, let's try that. Let's push it through. Let's push it right through. Yep. Oh, name's out, right? That's obvious that will happen. It's only a piece of tissue. Now, let me try something again. So, hold the stick for me. Alright. I'm going to do the same. A thin piece of tissue. I'm going to just wrap the end. Nothing. Remember, I don't do magic. It's all science. It's all science. So, all I'm doing here is wrapping the edge. And now I get my wife's salt. They say you shouldn't cook with salt anyway, so honey, that's alright. All I'm doing, I'm pouring some salt in. Because we are like salt of the earth, and we should look after the earth and we have power. So I'm going to pour some salt in here.
That's a lot of salt.
Yeah, that's a lot of salt because there's a lot of you, and each one of these salt grains, I'm counting them, they represent you. 1,025,000, 2,056, Yeah, let's see. We need a minute. Some of you are just coming in. 2,027,000. 3 million. Oh, yeah, we have 4 million there. Wow, that's a lot of you here. Numbers, right? Now, salt is in it, eh? So we are together. Remember, we have strength together. Now, strong man, I want you to do the same. Put the stick in, and I need you to push it through. Push, push, push harder, 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 harder. Is it going through? No. We can't stay here until tomorrow, but you guys have activities to do. So I'm going to give you a special gift. And no matter what happens, boys and girls, I want you to remember, you are stronger than you think. You are stronger than you think. With God's power, you can do amazing things. With God's power, you can do wonderful things. Never ever do you go in front of a big crowd and do, I am afraid. Stand there thinking, I have God loving me. I can do anything. I can do, because Philippians 4 verse 13 says, I can do all things through Christ's love who gives me strength. So, God's power will give us strength and we can do anything. So thank you very much. Tomorrow, this afternoon, I'll see you. And in fact, you know what I'm going to do? Don't tell anybody. Shh. Pastor Cliff is not in here. No, Pastor Cliff is not in here. The other counselors won't tell Pastor Cliff. I'm going to go to McDonald's. And I'm going to come back at McDonald's for all of you. Because that's what we're talking about this afternoon. See you later.